Welcome back. Yeah, this thing still won't go away. On the bright side, it is now technically unlimited resources. So my tree farm over here is technically obsolete, since this possessed tree just won't go away. I am getting a lot of resources, which is what I need. So I've come up with a design for the treetop. I used SketchUp to map it out, figure out how many blocks I'm gonna need and the general shape. And it is, let's see, gonna need 3,500 wood and 15,000 leaves. Yeah, 36 stacks of wood, 152 stacks of leaves. I haven't even collected half that amount. Oh, you may hear like a fan sound. That is a attached vacuum fan for my laptop. It is a Opolar, I don't know, Opolar vacuum fan, and it is doing quite a good job keeping my laptop cool. Normally when I'm gaming, the internal temperature is over 180 Fahrenheit, 82 centigrade. Right now it is about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. I think that's 71 centigrade. So yeah, that's a difference of 20 degrees Fahrenheit. About 10 or 11 degrees centigrade difference. And when you're on a laptop, at least on mine, when the processor gets too hot or excessively hot, it reduces the amount of data that the processor can actually process. I think that's called truncating. I'd have to look that up to see the actual technical term. But yeah, essentially the hotter my computer gets, the slower it gets. So pretty much ever since I've had it for about, well, yeah, about 2 days. It came Sunday, and it is now Tuesday. So I've been using it for 2 full days. And already right now, I'm getting a solid 30 frames a second on this recording. I haven't had a solid 30 frames on this game while recording in a long time. And as far as I know, the developers have not released any updates at least client side. They may have updated the servers to handle more players, but I'd like to think that it's actually my fan, or my vacuum fan, that's... And there you go, new tree, right on top of me. I found that standing on a ladder, you cannot be killed. It'll make your vision go all spazzed out, but you will not die. So that's the reason I'm on a ladder. Anyways, yeah. Fan doing a very good job. And anyone that plays on a laptop, I would highly recommend it. I found it on Amazon.com for when I purchased it, it was about $25, and it had over 70 reviews, with the majority being positive. Yeah, the majority were 5 stars, and that's the highest you can give a review. All the other reviews were of smaller amounts, and even reading the negative comments, it was more of not that it didn't do its job, it's just that some of the design features could be improved. There are 3 attachments that go onto it that are supposed to fit the size of the vent on the side of your laptop. I found that well, for me, my vents are tall. Like, the vent height takes up the whole height of the laptop case, if that makes any sense. But it's not very wide. The attachment that equals the width of my vent is about half the height needed. So, like, half of the hot air is actually spilling out, not going through the vacuum fan, which kind of destroys the point of having the vacuum fan. There's a medium-sized one, which is wider and taller, but I just went with the full large because that has the actual height. The width is pretty big. It's actually it's covering up one of my I think that is that might be a VGA port or a serial port. I'm not sure. But since I don't have my laptop hooked up to anything, that's fine. Excuse me. If there's people that have a laptop hooked up to, say, external monitors or external peripherals, then that might be a problem. And it also depends on where your exhaust port is. on your laptop will also determine what gets covered up, if anything. There were several reviews that said they had that kind of problem on specific laptop models. I did not see my model anywhere, or at least I didn't dig deep enough to find my model, if it was even mentioned. I only read like the first page of reviews. So, let's see. I've actually started building the trunk already. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So that's a 5 by 5 by 5 block. And there's gonna be, let me bring up my design. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's gonna be 7 blocks high on the wood. And it's gonna be, let's see, 1, 2, 3. It's gonna go 4 blocks out from the center diagonally. So it's gonna probably come out to about here in that direction. I also did a test on how, well, I did a partial test on how high I could go. I took a 99 stack of, I think it was wood, or maybe it was dirt, I don't know. I went up, I used 70 blocks, and I still did not reach the top of that light. And since my design does not go that high, I figured it was a confirmation that my design would fit within the world height. So I just dug back down and said okay. I'll get back downstairs and get into my normal spot. Geronimo. Yep, and the trunks are respawning. They kinda respawn every night, kinda, but it's not really consistent. Oh, I've also demolished half of the old house, because I wanted to get the trunk roots in there. I need to aim up here now. So I'm gonna work on that, and I'll be back with the progress report. I've got one side done, and it's been several hours. of collecting wood. So I think I'm gonna call it a day and collect resources some other time, because this is getting very tedious. I've only got, let's see, 3, 4, 8, about 12 more squares to go. So let me do times 12. Yeah, 1,500 blocks to go. Or 15 stacks of wood to go. That's gonna take me a long time to collect that many wood. And even longer to get all the leaves. I think, see if I've done the math right, I have enough leaves for half of the tree. So that's pretty good. And found out something interesting when I'm up there. They've put in altitude temperature. See, take that out. Yep. It's cold up here. And yes, the meter does go up. So you can actually freeze to death up here. Which is why I've placed torches everywhere. So yeah. This is gonna take a long time. Whee! And trees regrown again, and that one. I'll wait for the sun to go down to take a picture. So, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Leave a comment of what you enjoyed, what you want to see. Subscribe so you can see more videos. And thanks for watching. Bye.